All right, so it is September 25th, new coach kickoff call / power hour. If you're jumping on just for the power hour part, you'll probably need to fast forward a little bit because we're going to dive into the new coach kickoff call part first. So real quick, if you're not familiar with who I am, I'm Ashley Roberts. I've been a coach for 5 years. My 5-year anniversary was last year. I started coaching just for the purpose of needing home workouts after baby number 3 and not being able to get to the gym all the time and spending 2 hours going to and from the gym, wanting to build a community of other women needing the accountability and support that came with not having to do it yourself. And that was something that I had struggled and failed with so many times before. And I really needed other people on this journey too. And I am very pleased to say that we have an amazingly supportive, incredible team and tribe, and our groups are great. And there's no question that's silly, or there's no struggle that's too big. We've gone through a lot of stuff together individually, and we really just, I think, embrace, lifting each other up and being, better together and stronger together. And I think, this is a really empowering, awesome team. And I really love what everybody brings to the table. And I think we have a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to Summit next year in New Orleans, and hoping for a team retreat in the early spring next year, if we can make it happen. So what I love about coaching is all of those things that I mentioned, the accountability, the support, but really what I love is the ability to just be who you are. And you don't have to change anything that now that you're a coach. You don't have to change anything for anybody else. You don't have to please anybody else. You don't have to worry about other people's opinions. You just get to be you and do your thing. And what's nice about being a coach is now you have this amazing toolbox that you can help people reach their goals. And I was really hesitant coming into coaching because I'm not a salesperson, nor do I know how to be a salesperson. I was a bartender and I worked in retail sales. I was a store manager, and I was a nurse. And I'm a social butterfly and also extremely awkward sometimes in public, and just have social anxiety as well. But I wanted to just take what I loved, and that was health and fitness, being a mom, helping people with their health as a nurse, and just helping people enjoy their life and the process of, getting healthier, and share that with other people. And early on, I thought, okay, well, now I'm a Beachbody coach, so everything that I need to post needs to be about Beachbody, and everything I do needs to be about Beachbody, and I need to hold up my Shakeology bag and all my, Beachbody. And I kind of made the mistake early on of being a little too salesy when I should have just continued to be myself. And I think that's something that's really important that I like to tell all of my new coaches, is that nothing has changed. You're still who you are. Like I said, you just have this amazing toolkit that you get to use to help other people too. I think one of the most important things you can do early on as a coach is you just start sharing your journey on social media, whichever social media outlets you use. I would strongly encourage, if you're not using Instagram, to start using Instagram. Facebook is wonderful. If you have a Facebook business page, you can certainly use that. If you haven't created one yet, yes, by all means, you can certainly do that. Don't feel like you have to overhaul and do everything all at once. You don't need to create a website. You don't need to have a Pinterest page. You don't need to do LinkedIn. I mean, you can do all of those things, but get really good at something, whether it's, maybe you're using Facebook and Instagram. Really just do that before trying to branch out. I have a blog that I built myself, and then have had a web guy kind of redesign everything. So that's one thing that I use. But I primarily use my Facebook and Instagram to connect with people and build my business. And it's probably 50-50. 50% of the people that I talk to that enroll for my groups come from Facebook. The other 50% come from Instagram. So it wasn't always that way. It was about 95% Facebook for my first year, year and a half. And now it's kind of, and then there's some months that I'll get mostly everyone from Instagram, and then hardly anyone from Facebook. So it kind of varies, but I think having a social media outlet, hi Brookie, that you can connect with different kinds of people is really, really beneficial.
Hi.
Hi. What are you doing? You have unicorns on your shirt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I made my desk, and I got my screen set, and I can do the team bell.
Really? You're on fire,
Yeah.
girl. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Swing set.
Okay. Is that all you needed to say? Are you better? Okay. Say bye.
Oh man.
Please proceed.
What was I talking about?
I don't know.
Social media, Facebook, Instagram. And you know, I post a lot of what I post on Instagram on my Facebook and vice versa. I would not suggest sharing it over from Instagram. I know there's a little like toggle that you can put like share to Facebook. I would just, instead of doing that, because Facebook sees that as coming from another website, even though they're both connected, I would just, if you're going to write your post on Instagram, just copy your text and then post it over on Facebook. So it doesn't say like shared from Instagram or whatever. But anyway, so social media outlets, one of the earliest things that I do suggest doing is, like I said, start sharing your journey. We kind of talk about having a coming out post where you talk about being a coach, or you talk about what you're doing. And you don't necessarily have to say, hey, I'm a Beachbody coach now, but I would really, maybe encourage saying something like, whatever your motivation was that you started. I can't remember what you said, Amanda. I remember you being on your back porch and just talking about.
Well, I can't remember, but I do know, like, I look back at it and I just kind of like cringe. I'm like, I'm not even the same person that I was when I posted that.
Yeah.
I was so, and I had my husband, I kid you not, take at least 100 photos. I was so self-conscious. So like, whatever you post, you're probably going to look at back and be like, I don't know what I was doing. Yeah. So don't overthink it, because I spent days on that stupid post.
Yeah.
It was worth it. Got the jitters out, but.
My post was a picture of the box that my Shakeology and my DVDs came in with all of my stuff on my kitchen table. And I was like, look what I got. I'm a coach. Who wants to join me? And that was literally it. And I'm like, wow, that is not, like, it was super cringeworthy, like not personal at all, like not inspiring, like, look what I got in the mail, woohoo. So I would not suggest doing that. But really what I think is great is just telling a bit of your story, telling a bit of why you're here, telling a bit of why you've taken this leap, or what is important to you, or maybe the vision that you have for yourself. And maybe your vision for this business, and it will evolve over time, is, I want to have extra free time with my family. I want to pay for the groceries every month. I want to lose X amount of pounds, or gain X amount of muscle, or, drop the excuses, or gain a new, fresh outlook on life, or whatever it is. But I would take some time to write that out. And then, how would you tell this to your best friend? What would you say to your best friend? Instead of saying, oh my gosh, girl, I just signed up to be a Beachbody coach. You have to do this with me because I don't want to fail at it. Like, just sign up now. Here's the link. Then I would, just like, I'm super passionate about this, and I'm really excited about it, and I'm really looking forward to what's to come. And just share what's on your heart. And I try to do that in a lot of my posts. One thing that I just talked about in our team page the other day was about the 5 things that kind of define you and who you are. And sometimes, it takes asking your best friend or asking a spouse or asking a sibling or a parent or whatever, what are 5 things that you would use, 5 words to describe me or 5 things that you would, say about me. And that's kind of what I talk about in my social media posts. Sarcasm, friendship, family, community is kind of one. Clean eating, fitness is another one. Food, wine, tacos, stuff like that. Maybe that goes into the same thing. Maybe that was a separate one. I can't remember. And my faith. And I kind of just rotate through those things and, kind of a little bit on each thing. And that's really what I post. And I post call to actions during the week. Several call to actions a week, and really just focus on engaging my social media posts that are engaging, not always like, hey, join my team. Like if I scroll through my if I go to my Facebook page and scroll back through the last like 15 posts, I should have a call to action in there for at least coaching and for joining a challenge group, but it should also just be telling my story and be my life. And I don't want every post to be Beachbody, 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 because that's not my life. That's what I do. And I want people to see my life and see who I am, because that's the person that they're going to get to know. And that's the person that they're going to trust. And that's the person that they're going to want to join. So I want to do my best to connect and engage with them on social media. And I think we have a really amazing opportunity to do that. And we get to meet people all over the world and connect with them. I know we have coaches in Canada and UK and Puerto Rico and all over the US. So it's a pretty amazing opportunity. So one more thing that I wanted to say before I dive into this PowerPoint and just kind of roll through it real quick is that it's not always easy and it's not always a walk in the park, but God bless, is it worth it? And I know that Amanda can say that. I know that Emily can say that. I know there are so many other coaches on our team that can say that you know what, like sometimes it's a struggle and sometimes it's like, I have nothing to say. I don't feel inspired. I don't feel motivated. Like nobody cares. I'm frustrated. I'm not getting results, and that's when we lean in. And that's when we share that stuff too, because part of being a coach is being vulnerable and showing people that it's not just a highlight reel, that it's not just, oh my gosh, I've lost 10 pounds this week and my clothes fit great and my hair is beautiful and I smell like flowers and everything is wonderful in my life. It's not like that. And being able to share the insecurities and the vulnerabilities and show people that, you know what, like I didn't love my workout this morning. You know what? I ate an entire pizza for dinner. You know what? I didn't go to bed until midnight last night and I hit my snooze alarm 14 times this morning and, all of those things. And I think that's important that we share kind of every little bit of that because like I said, as a coach, you have an amazing innate power to be you and connect with other people and connect other people to you. And that's why people are going to want to join you because they see they see you being genuine and they see everything that you bring to the table. I think early on as a coach, it's important to know too that you don't have to know everything about every product and every program and every link and every this and every that. And you shouldn't spend hours and hours and hours on training. Just be confident that Emily is like a walking library of training stuff. She loves trainings. But I think
if you ever have a question about any type of like Instagram, anything, Emily is the girl to go to. She's like the IG fairy.
Which is
like that IG fairy godmother, maybe.
Has a lot of resources. We know that.
Ashley, you nailed it in your live video on the team page about collecting. Don't feel like you have to collect all the information. Just do it.
Yeah.
It's analysis paralysis.
I am embarrassed to say that I have probably 14 notebooks from the first 2 years of coaching, and I don't even know what's in them because I never applied that knowledge. I just wrote it all down.
I'm the worst. The only training that I really love are trainings that I can listen to while I'm driving or I'm at work. And now I have learned that the way that people really engage with you is when you're being yourself and you're not being someone else. And I've only come to learn that through like all of my personal development. So I really highly suggest finding some kind of personal development as soon as you are ready to go all in, because it's going to change your life and then it's going to impact everyone else that you are around. So that's just my like major suggestion. And then ask Emily if you have a technical problem.
Ask Emily. Just ask Emily.
All the pretty stories in the world won't get you customers.
But she knows how to make them all.
Right.
And then I ask her at 3:00 in the afternoon, how do I get my Instagram to do this? She's like, oh, it's super simple. I'm like, I'm missing it. I need help.
Right. Yep. So and that's something that was hard for me to learn because I felt like I had to have all of the knowledge before I could coach. Like I needed to know everything first before I could coach. And it's the exact opposite, because I think you connect so much better with people when they see that you're on this journey too, and that you're like learning to, hey, I don't know, but I'll figure it out. Or, you know what, let's figure it out together. Or I'm struggling with nutrition too, and my nutrition isn't perfect. Or, and same thing with coaching. Like, I just know that when I am real and raw and I'm myself on social media and I talk about what I'm doing and I show, that I can, still have a social life and be a mom and a wife and all those things, and only take 2% of my day for working out. I can feel better about myself. I think that kind of just shows other people that that this is doable and it's achievable. So I'm going to screen share real quick. I'm going to dive into this, and I'm going to kind of go through it quickly. We were just talking about personal development, and one of my favorite personal development books is The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. And Darren Hardy is, did I really lose my book? Here it is. It's in a different spot. Darren Hardy. This is the book, The Compound Effect. And Darren Hardy is, I don't even know if you guys can see me. Can you see me? Can you guys see my screen? Yeah, you can? Okay.
Yeah, I can see your screen and you.
Okay. And me? Okay. Anyway, super quick read. Anyone that's read it will tell you how amazing it is. If The Compound Effect is not for you, then get The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson, because either one of them are amazing. But this is a quick read, and this just shows you that everything compounds into however you make it. Like, you have two choices. You can either, eat a salad for lunch or eat fast food for lunch, and see how that compounds over time. Just like a silly example. But the compound effect of becoming a coach is that you get to share the things that you do, and those compound over time. And people start to notice, and they, first they watch, they're curious, and then they start to take action, and they're like, tell me how to do that. Show me how to do this. Like, I need to know more. And just your one decision can influence the lives of hundreds of thousands of people over time, and can impact so many people in so many ways. And these are just some transformations from my groups over the last several years and from our team. And it's just, it just blows my mind to think about it, that, one simple decision 5 years ago to say, you know what, like, I think I want to do a little more, has compounded into so much. And it just, so many days that you think, why am I here? Why am I doing this? I don't feel like I matter. You matter to other people because they are looking to you for inspiration. And you will probably already know this. As a coach, you can be a discount coach, a hobby coach, or a full-time coach. I will say a full-time coach, yes, you can work full-time hours. It really doesn't take full-time hours to be a full-time coach, though. I work from home. I probably work 20 to 30 hours max a week on my business. And I do that a lot in pockets of time. My kids are all in school full time right now, so I take a few hours every day, and I chunk it up. And then I do a couple hours on the weekends of just meal planning, prep, checking into groups, creating content for the upcoming week and stuff like that. But literally anything in between. It's your business, it's your path, you make the rules. I talked a little about launching your business, a coming out post. The feel, felt, found is something I always like to mention, because that I think really helps connect people in your post is, how you felt before you started, taking time for yourself, working out, all of those things. What you found from, being on this journey, what you found with the community that you have, just from taking time out of your day to, work out, get healthier, connect with other people, and how you feel. And that feel, felt, found, those words usually are very relatable for other people. Posts are great, images are great, words are great, but if you want your business to be successful, prioritizing your daily activities, providing consistent value will have the greatest impact on your business and the lives of others. Something that a good friend of mine and fellow coach said one year at a training was, we have no right to an income if we're not first trying to make an impact. So I always think about that, when I go to write a post, or before I go to message somebody who's interested, how can I be impactful? And if I think about the impact that I can make versus the income that I'm going to receive, I feel like I'm doing my job that much better, because the income's a great little extra perk, but we don't deserve to make an income if we're not being helpful and impactful on the lives of others. We're a health and fitness business. We're a multi-level helping company, as our CEO, Carl, will say, because that is our mission. It's to help people lead healthy and fulfilling lives. And we do that through giving them the tools to do so. Success Club is something I'm going to touch on real quick. And Success Club means that, you don't have to be hugely successful in this business to hit Success Club. It just means you've signed up one person with a challenge pack, Shakeology on Home Direct. I need to get rid of that Daily Sunshine, because I don't think that's not a Success Club anymore. Performance Line HD, 3 cartons of Beach Bars, or any combination of HD products that total 90 PV will give you 1 Success Club point. If you hit 5 Success Club points, you've hit Success Club. If you hit 10, you're in Success Club 10. Your Success Club points translate into trip dollars for our annual incentive trip, which this next year will be in Punta Cana. This past year was a cruise. I've been on 4 Success Club trips now, and they are absolutely amazing. So a huge reason why I always hit Success Club every month, and I have for 40 some months now, 50 months, because I want to go on those trips and earn them paid in full for my family. Maybe that makes me greedy. Maybe that makes me successful. Either way, it makes me on a beach somewhere with a cocktail in my hand, and that's where I want to be. So if I can earn a trip like that for my family, that is a big goal for me. We took our girls on the cruise this last year, and it was wonderful. So that is a nice little incentive. But Success Club just means that you're helping 3 people each month get started with a challenge pack. If they're signing up as a coach with a challenge pack, you're getting Success Club points. Beachbody gives out prizes every month for hitting Success Club. This year, they did like a little Success Club incentive thing where, like, you hit Success Club, you get a tank top, and then there's so many other things that you can get. Like, there's a Beachbody Monopoly game and a hoodie, and I can't remember, so many things. But anyway, Success Club, if you want to grow your business, and I've heard, every successful coach in this business will tell you, if you want to grow your business, hit Success Club 5. If you want to grow your business twice as much, hit Success Club 10 every month. Make it a non-negotiable, and watch your business grow. What is Success Starters is in the first 3 months of your business. It can be your first full month, or like if you signed up today, it can be the rest of this month, but you hit Success Club those first 3 months in the business, and Beachbody gives you a free ticket to Coach Summit, which is in New Orleans next year. You're recognized as a Success Starter at Summit. If you hit Success Starters in your first month, AKA Success Club in your first month, then you earn a call with somebody from corporate and a top coach. And it's just a nice little recognition that you get for for hitting Success Club early on. First big goal is Emerald, and that's just signing up 2 coaches underneath you. So just as you've signed up as a coach, you do the same. You sign up 1 coach on your left leg, 1 coach on your right. What I can say about left leg, right leg, if you have done a new coach checklist or you've watched the first 30 video, you've got your back office set up. In the back office, it says monitor my business, grow my business. I can't remember which one it is. But if you go down to graphical genealogy or my preferred placement, you can place coaches on your left leg or your right leg. Only click left or right. Don't fill in any of the little bubbles in there with people. Just click left or right. And that will get you to Emerald when you've signed up. Monitor your business, then it's downline, Amanda said. And that, you know, you've signed up 1 coach on each leg. You're an active coach. That means you hit Emerald. If you want free leads every month, which Beachbody gives you free customers, if you've hit Success Club, you've maintained at least an Emerald rank, and you're an active coach, and your profile is set up on your Beachbody website, then you will get free leads. So anybody that signs up from Beachbody.com, or maybe they order a bag of Shakeology, or they sign up through the app or whatever it is, then they get assigned a random coach. You would be that coach. They distribute leads evenly. Okay, so this is just a little like left leg, right leg kind of diagram. So Emerald is great. As an Emerald, you earn $14 per cycle. So every time you generate 200 over here and 100 over here, that's a $14 cycle bonus in your pocket. As a Ruby coach, which means you have 2 and 2 and 1 Emerald on each leg, that's $16 per cycle. I'm going quick here, and there's definitely more training on this, so don't feel like you have to write all this down and like absorb it real quick and understand it. $16 per cycle. As a Diamond coach, which is the next big step, definitely achievable, is 4 coaches on each leg, 1 Emerald here, 1 Emerald here. Everyone is active, and then you earn $18 per cycle. And as a Diamond coach, you're recognized as a Diamond coach. You're recognized on the National Wake Up Call. You're just growing your business. Diamond coaches earn, I want to say it's like 75% more a year than Emerald coaches. It might even be double that. I can't remember. I know it's definitely double than what Emerald coaches earn. But on like just an income earning viewpoint, like that you earn significantly more as a Diamond coach because you're building an active business. So we do have a Diamond bubble in the team page. You can, look for a printout. But this just means that when you're signing people up, you're just signing them up as coaches. And if your best friend is like, dude, that looks awesome, I want to do what you're doing, show me how to do it, then you're signing up your best friend and you're helping your friend find 2 people to sign up. Or you're like, maybe you're early on for me, I signed up my mom who was like, I want to do Shakeology, sign me up however you want to do it. Okay, boom, done. And then I signed up my husband. So I had 2 coaches, that will help you get to Emerald if you're pushing for Emerald right away. Sign them up with challenge packs. You get Success Club points. You also earn a $40 commission when you sign someone up with a challenge pack. So, if you're signing up your husband and you're paying $140, you're getting that $40 commission. You're getting 2 Success Club points. You're also getting the volume from them signing up as well. So that's definitely something that when I signed up, I asked my coach, what do I need to do? And she said, get to Emerald, hit Success Club. And I said, okay, what do I do after that? And she said, keep hitting Success Club and get to Diamond. And I was like, okay, I'll do it. So that was my goal. I put that on my goal board and I said, I'm just going to do those things. I'm going to be present on social media. I'm going to show up. I want to see my business grow. So these are the things that I'm going to do. You get there by doing your daily vital behaviors. We have, and I'm going to scroll down to this business activity tracker because this is the business activity tracker that we use. And it's right here. I have a little copy because this is just what we print out and this is what we use. It's in our team page. It's in our new coach trainings. It's the, excuse me, simplest thing, if you are a box checker, that's it. This is it. That's what you do. As a brand new coach, don't feel like you have to do all of these things on here and do them well. It's probably not going to be easy to, to contribute to your challenge group if you haven't started a challenge group yet. But if you're in a group, then, you're showing up, you're posting your workout, you're, sharing your victories, you're encouraging other people in the group. Recognizing achievement. If you've got somebody that's signed up and they're starting to get results, shout them out if that's okay with them. I usually check before I go post it on social media in case somebody is very private about what they do. But recognizing achievement, all these things, our Vitals used to say, invite, invite, invite. And I feel like that is it can be very spammy if you interpret it that way. But now we say connect, invite, follow up. And typically I just connect with people through my posts that like and comment on my posts. I reach out to them. I say, thank you. I see how they're doing. I ask questions. I start building a conversation and a relationship with them. If they comment on my post, oh my gosh, girl, tell me what you're doing, I want to do that. Then I invite them and I say, this is what I'm doing. This is what I do in my groups. This is what I'm using. I would love to send you more information. And then I share that with them. But this activity tracker is like the bread and butter of your business. Do you have to do all of these things on your tracker every single day, including Saturdays and Sundays? That's up to you. Totally up to you. I know that some days during the week, my life is chaos, and I'll be lucky if I get like 3 of these boxes checked off. Sometimes after I put my kids to bed, I strive to sit down and go, okay, I'm going to take 30 minutes to just go through my posts and go through what I need to do. And I'm going to set myself up for success tomorrow when I have an extra hour to work my business. But I will say, just like any job has a job description, this is kind of it as far as a job description. And it's not, I was so worried about being super salesy from the beginning that I didn't talk to people and I didn't invite and I didn't, reach out to people who liked and commented on my post because I was afraid that I was going to come off as a salesperson. But at the end of the day, had my coach not posted about this, I never would have joined. And this has changed my life. And this has changed the lives of so many people on our team, in our groups, and things like that. And I feel like if we don't give other people the opportunity to, maybe they need to learn more about nutrition, maybe they need to learn more about fitness, we don't give them the opportunity to do that, then we're doing them and ourselves a disservice by not reaching out, by not inviting. So just going back to this, we do talk about power hours. We are going to dive in here in just a minute to a power hour and kind of what we do. And we usually just work through this business activity tracker. And this is the last slide I have. And I haven't deleted this off of my new coach kickoff slides for probably a year because I love this quote so much. I'm successful because I've never once believed my dreams were someone else's to manage. That's the incredible part about your dreams. Nobody gets to tell you how big they can be. And every coach that I have that comes into this business, I tell them the same thing. This is your business. I am here to help you as much as you need. And I might not be your coach directly, but our team is here to help you as much as you need. I'm not going to do it for you. I'm going to give you the tools to do so. And I'm going to guide you along the way and help you to be successful as best I can. And I think that's what's so great about this team is that lean in. If you have questions, if you, if you're unsure, if you don't know where to begin, we do have a self-paced coach training in the team page in the announcements. You have to click on like announcements and it's in there and you can scroll through and go through it at your own pace. We have a team website, teamraisethebar.blogspot.com as well. But the best thing that I can say is, just do it. Just do it. Just do it. It's been an amazing journey and I'm not going anywhere. And I love the way that our team has grown in so many ways, not just in number, but together. And I hope that we continue to do that and we continue to bring in more and more amazing women who you know, who want to do this too, and who trust the process and fall in love with the process and help find other people who want that for themselves as well. So that is what I have for PowerPoint stuff. What is happening over here? Let's see. Nope, that's not it. Okay. Stop share. There it is. Oh, there we go. Okay. Whoops. Oh no, I'm just doing all the things. Okay, we got it. Are we good? Is my screen still sharing? No. Okay. All right. Lots of information. I will post a recording. Rhiannon, did you have any questions? Uh-oh. Oh, there you are. Okay.
Can you guys hear me? Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I printed out the tracker.
Okay.
I find it helpful. I think my thing is that I'm just trying to do the social media aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm not a big social media person.
Okay.
So that whole, I mean, I have Instagram, I have Facebook,
Uh-huh.
but it's just new for me. So all the coaching I've ever done has been one-on-one in person.
Yeah.
So this is different, but I mean, I love it. I absolutely love it. Like, I'm like trying to dive in as much as I can and learn as much as I can. So I'm excited.
Awesome. Awesome. I use, and we all use Insta stories and Facebook stories a lot too. And that's a really good place to start too, like to just kind of start sharing like your day in your stories, you know, sharing clips of your workouts, sharing, and it's even on the tracker, you know, update your IG and stories and stuff through the day. And I try to do that. And then I throw call to actions in there. And we use, there's an app called Unfold. Is that right? Did I say it? Yeah, Unfold. I never even look at it. I just open it up. Which is a really good like template builder for stories. So like if you want to create, you know, like you want to do a last 90 days group like we're doing, you know, I just throw a couple like pictures in there, you know, make sure that you know, lighting is good. Like I usually try to stand in front of a window, or you can get like what I use, what we all use similar. It's like a ring light, just a desktop ring light that helps with lighting. I think I bought that for like $30 on Amazon. I have a small clip-on one too. But you know, just try to take like clean, crisp pictures and stuff if you're doing anything like that. You know, I always like make sure that I wipe off the front of my camera so it's not like smudgy or something from like being in my pocket or whatever. And just try to show who I am. And I do that a lot through my stories. And I connect with a lot of people through my stories, just kind of by being my quirky, funky self. And that's how Amanda and I we met on Instagram, but I actually had reached out to her in my stories, and like through stories, and just started video messaging back and forth because she was like doing all the things. And I was like, why are you not a coach? And she was like, I don't know.
For like the first year, I was legit sharing my story and having people sign up under someone else. So a lot of my friends, once they signed up, they're like, well, where's everything that you're getting? And I'm like, oh, like it's in my group with my coach. And they're like, well, how do I get in there? And they're like, well, I signed up with online. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. So I want to say something to like the stories and like the IG feed. One of the trainings that I had listened to at one point said, like, if you go, and I'll just pull up mine, like you go to your profile, I don't know if you guys can see it, but like your pictures should be like those main points. Like you should have something of each main point. So like me, you're probably gonna see my dogs, my kid, and my food. I'll say my husband's generally not in there because he doesn't like to be in pictures. I don't know. I can never get him in pictures. But you're probably going to see dog, food, kids, and I'm probably going to be outside because we like being outside. We're outdoors family. And so that's kind of like my profile. So the training that I really listened to, and it kind of made a huge difference in the way that I was setting my Instagram up, is that should be like your storefront. So like if someone was to like look in the window of your store, like they would see the things but not really maybe get like the intricate part of it. Like they might not see the earrings, or they might not see the necklace, or they might not see the purse. And that's what you put in your stories. So your stories is where people can really get to know you. Like that's where a lot of my like weirdness comes out, because I'm totally awkward, and you can tell that on my stories. Like I think the other day I was trying to show people how I make my shake, and it went everywhere, and I'm just like, I give up today. And then I was in my car like saying, yeah, I'm prepped, here's my shake, here's my food. Wait, where's my food? Oh, I left it in my house. So then I like go back, and then I'm like, okay, let's try this again. New shaker bottle, here's my food, let's go. So I don't know. I just feel like the training made sense. Like if they're looking just at your feed, it should be clear and crisp, and it's like your storefront. Like you want to represent who you are, and then your feed, you can really just be like the weird quirkiness side of you. And that's really the way that I was like, okay, well that makes sense. Like I don't always have to show, you know, like the worst sides of me, because I'm probably not going to walk into a store that has a damaged front. Even though I'm not perfect, my storefront probably wants to look good, if that makes sense. I don't know if that, but it resonated with me. I'm not sure it's coming across that way.
You know, I just saw the training in one of the units.
Oh, I'm having a hard time with everyone's volume. I can't hear.
Say that again, Rhiannon. I didn't hear you either.
Hold on.
I'm frozen.
Nope, you're good.
Is that better? Can you guys hear me or no?
Yeah.
I can hear you now.
Yeah, a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I just watched one of the units, and that's actually what they were saying in it too. So it's really helpful. I'm comfortable. Like I didn't think I was going to be as comfortable as I have been in doing it. But you know, I'll like make a video or something, and then I'll delete it right away because I'm like, that is totally not me. So I'm just trying to like, just want to come across as being authentic. And I went through and found like some points, you know, that, you know, with me, like it's like food, nutrition, because I'm a nutritionist. You know, I'm not big on working out. That's why this is new for me. Pilates has always been like my thing, because what's better than laying down and working out, you know?
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I love doing that. So, so this whole cardio thing is totally new for me, but I like it. I'm just not, I finally posted some stuff like last night and this morning about it. So I'm just not comfortable yet with part of it, but I'm getting there. And you know what? My kids know more about Instagram than I do, so they're helping me.
There you go. Well, good. And I think it's, you know, it's definitely not something to overhaul overnight, you know, like it takes time, and, you know, you've got to find your groove, and you've got to find what works for you. And for me right now, I'm kind of in a less is more phase on social media. Like I don't post, you know, 5 times a day like I used to. I'm in there 1, 2, maybe 3 times a day. And some days you know, if I don't have anything profound to share or say, I don't force it. And I just kind of do what I want. And I have like a weekly calendar where on Sundays I sit down and I write out like what I want to talk about this week. Like, you know, I want to do a coaching post on Wednesday. I want to do, you know, tomorrow's picture day at school. So I know I'm probably going to post about picture day. And I have a church meeting tomorrow night, so I'm probably going to talk about that. And then, you know, I want to do a coaching post on Friday. So I kind of just sit down and I write out like the things that I have on my calendar for the week, you know, whether it's appointments or meetings or things with the kids or something planned on the weekend. So that way, if I do feel stumped, I can go back to that calendar and be like, oh, I wanted to post a recipe today. Okay, let me put something together. Or, you know, so that way I'm not just posting a sweaty selfie every day in the same pose. And it's like, okay, we get it, Ashley, like you're working out, like we get it, you know, like, or I'll, you know, spend 30 minutes looking up 30 minutes is probably excessive. Looking up some quotes or some memes or some, sarcastic, something funny to say, so I can add it to a post, or find a good quote that I can add to like a workout selfie or something, and then take a couple different pictures and stuff. I know there's a girl who, she is a very successful coach. But when she was working full time, she's now retired. But when she was working full time, she would get up at 4:00 and work out in the morning and do her morning routine. And then she would be to her job by 7 a.m. And on Sundays, she would take, 6 outfits, and she would go out into her gym and she would take 6 different pictures in her different outfits. And then she would use those for her posts. And she's like, I'm not being fake, because I literally was getting up and working out every morning, but I would write my posts all on Sunday night, and I would add a different quote or add something different to say. And she's like, that's how I functioned when I was working full time. And I only had a minimum of, amount of time to do a post on the way to work before I was at work all day. But, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And, this for me, has been kind of a saving grace, because I'm scatterbrained and I'm all over the place. And some days I don't know what I'm going to do, but I look at that calendar. I'm like, oh yeah, I was going to, blah, blah, blah this week. And it kind of just helps bring me back in. So anyway, let's just dive into a quick, I know we were going to power hour, but I want to dive in to that real quick, because I think it's important that we kind of just touch on some stuff. It's Wednesday night, so every Thursday we get paid. So Wednesday night, it's important to, as you're building your business, and you girls know this, go into your back office, check your back office. And I like to do it a couple times during the week too. And I like to make sure that I'm going to hold my rank for the week, that, my coaches are active, that I'm where I need to be. And, same thing, like if you're pushing for a new rank, that has to happen by midnight the night before Thursday, because Thursday is when rank advancements and payday happens. So I like to spend time doing a power hour Wednesday nights, because it really just kind of gets me in that momentum mood, and really just kind of keeps that momentum and keeps that ball rolling into that next business week, since our business weeks technically start on Thursday. As far as inviting and stuff goes, I know we've talked about this before, but I noticed that if I have like a good month of conversations with people, like say my goal is to talk to 100 people this month, I know that typically for every 10 people who are interested-ish, 1 will sign up. And so, say my goal is to help 10 people this month, then it's typically 100 conversations that I want to have with people through my social media, in person, at the grocery store, in the post office line, through my stories, things like that. But that also carries over like 6 to 8 weeks. So like those 100 people that I invited in July, if, then they typically start to come back around in September. Like they've watched for a few weeks, they're interested, they're seeing, they're seeing these things happen, and then they come back around and they're like, okay, tell me a bit more. So, when we talk about having conversations with people, it may seem like our efforts are futile sometimes, because, we don't get a response, or we hear crickets, or somebody will say, oh my gosh, tell me what you're doing. And then, we tell them what we're doing, and then they don't say anything. And we're like, well, I told you, like what? But a lot of times, they're interested, it plants that seed, and then it takes some time to come back around. So whenever I sit down to invite, I take a deep breath. I, fill my mind with positivity, whether it's, inspirational music, or I dive into my devotional, or I take time to write down 5 things that make me who I am, and, 5 empowering words. And I think about the lives that I've impacted, and I envision where I want to be. And I think about conversations that I've had with people that have said, I'm desperate. I'm at my wit's end. I need this. I need this. And I think about, I visualize helping those people reach their goals. And when I go into my conversations, I carry that with me, that positivity, that positive energy, those positive vibes, and that vision that I have for helping them. And I think, you've heard, you hear somebody say, like, you can tell, you may not be able to see somebody smiling when you're talking to them on the phone, but you can tell that they're smiling, because you can tell. And I think about that when I type a message to somebody. Like, if I can share this positivity with them, then that will help them see, like, this is, this could really work for them. So so real quick before we dive into some conversations, let's just take a minute to maybe write down 5 things that, 5 words or 5 thoughts or 5 things that are in your mind right now that you can carry into a conversation with someone. And one thing is, we always want to have something to be inviting to. So, for example, I am doing a last 90 days group that kicks off on October 1st, and that's open to our whole team. Anybody can invite to it. Anybody can recruit people for it. And then I always just have a new coach stuff going on all the time. So I have a coach sneak peek. If people want to know more about coaching, I can add them into that. That I just have ongoing. New coach training will formally start on October 7th, is our next one. So these next couple weeks, I'll be recruiting to coaching. But that doesn't mean, like, if I sign up a new coach tomorrow, I still send them a new coach checklist, and I still have them check into the Beachbody Champions page and start working through the units, and get, going on a personal development book, and just kind of working through a workout program, nutrition, things like that too. But in my conversations with people that I'm having right now, my posts that have call to actions are all about the last 90 days. Like, whenever I say, whenever I'm talking about joining my group, I'm like, my last 90-day challenge kicks off on October 1st. We're working through workouts, nutrition, getting stronger together, finishing this year strong. If you're interested in joining me, drop a heart emoji below, or, get in my inbox or whatever. And then I go back to those conversations, and and I, or those, those people that were interested. And that's how I lead my conversation. I'm so excited that you're interested in doing this group with us. I'm really looking forward to finishing the last 90 days of this year with you. What are you struggling with right now? What sparked your interest? How can I help? And that's kind of my first goal. And that's kind of how I approach a conversation. How can I help you? Why did you reach out to me? Why are you interested in my group? What is it that you'd like to accomplish, and how can I help you get there? So if you guys haven't done a post yet today, do one. I know it's late tonight, or just plan on doing that first thing in the morning. Or if you pull back from a previous post this week, like I did a last 90 days post the other day, and I need to invite from that post. So that is my on my agenda tonight. And we're not going to dive into like a full out power hour. I'm just kind of going to throw some things out there that, as we jump off this call in the next 5 minutes, you can take with you tonight. So, so going back to a post, if you've done that, or maybe your stories, and inviting from that with a similar message. New likes, new comments, same thing. And we were talking about inviting earlier today, and Emily had said something about inviting, and I said, this is just a message that I send, that I had sent to somebody. And it was just simply, hey, I saw you might be interested in doing this last 90 days group with us. I would love to have you join us. I, love having strong women like you in our accountability groups. Here's the link to my blog post. Let me know what you think. And I'm looking forward to having you join us. And she simply wrote back, I have a group that I'm in right now. I'm not interested. Thanks. And I said, awesome. Thanks. Thanks for writing me back or whatever. And a lot of those conversations are just simple and are just, I don't need to tell 17 paragraphs of a story. I don't need to tell my entire back history. I don't need to scare them off. I don't need to share all of the prices and all of the products and stuff. I feel like that can be really overwhelming. And those were some early messages that I sent. And it just pains me when I go back to look at those and be like, oh, no wonder they didn't respond. I sent like 45 paragraphs about Beachbody and, Shakeology and all this stuff. They didn't even know what that was. And here I'm trying to make them buy it on the first message. And, but just the simple invite, this is what I'm doing. This is what we're doing together. Would love to have you do this with us. And if it's a no or a not right now, that's an answer and I'll take it. Sometimes it's yeah, I'd like more information. And then I share a little bit more about what we do. And sometimes it's a yes, oh my gosh, you caught me at the best time. I totally need to do something. Oh my gosh, whatever it is, sign me up. I'll do it. Let's go. Let's do this right now. So, variations of those things, but really just keeping it simple, I think is the best way to go about doing it. We do have scripts in the team page. There are scripts in the Beachbody Champions training too, that kind of walk through, conversations and ways to, kind of take the like uncomfortable out. But really practice makes progress. And I like Instagram for that reason, because I feel like Instagram is a little less personal than Facebook. So I feel like, I'm not asking my aunt if she wants to join a challenge group and then it's awkward at the next family function. But, it's somebody on Instagram that, they like my post, and then I reach out to them, and if they don't say anything, that's okay. And if they want to unfollow me, that's okay too. But now they know what I do. And when they're ready, they're going to come to me because they've seen, that this is what I do, and I'm here to help. And then just follow-ups, previous conversations. This is why tracking conversations is important. So I go back to, like, I pulled a tracker from January of 2019 today, because I have a stack of them on my desk. And if I used electronic tracking, then I wouldn't have all this stack of papers on my desk. But I pulled this today, and I was like, okay, I'm going to go back through these people and have a conversation with them and see if there's anything that they're struggling with, people that haven't signed up with me yet this year, and if they are interested in joining my last 90 days group. So it's good to have those conversations in your back pocket, or those people in your back pocket. So that way next month, when, the people that were interested last month, then you can come back to them this month and say, hey, I have a new group kicking off next month, or this is what we're doing next month. If you're interested, if not, I know last month it wasn't a good time for you, maybe it is this month, but I wanted to give you a heads up since I know you were interested in the past. So that's kind of what my follow-ups look like. So that's kind of it, guys. That's all I have. And I'm just going to work through those conversations tonight. I'm going to work through likes and comments from my last 90 days post, from my coaching post, and then from some follow-ups too. One thing that I also like to do that I will suggest is if it seems daunting to do the inviting and stuff every day, then what I like to do is on Sunday, I'll do a call to action post, and then I'll invite from it Monday. And then on Tuesday, I'll do a call to action post, and then I'll invite from it on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, I'll do a call to action post, invite from it on Friday. And then I'll just spend the weekend like getting caught up and doing follow-ups. And I think that takes a little bit of pressure out of like, I feel like I have to talk to 15 people every single day. No, you don't. And it's just, you know how much you want to grow your business, and we're all grown-ups, and we all know, what action is going to take and what happens when we do the things. But that's something that, I like to do, is try to do a bulk of stuff on one day and then, follow-ups the next day. And, and that kind of helps. And that kind of helps with like the layout of your posts. Like I know that Sunday nights are big on social media, and a lot of people are going back to work on Monday. So I typically do a post about coaching on Sunday nights. Tuesday, I always try to do some kind of transformation Tuesday. That didn't happen yesterday, but I did a Taco Tuesday post instead that got a lot of traction. So that was kind of my thing yesterday. And I was going to do a coaching post tonight. I don't think that's going to happen. I just realized that today is National Daughters Day. Did you guys know that? No idea. I have 3 daughters upstairs that are watching Hocus Pocus, and I feel like I need to go like snap a pic and write a post about it. So that's probably what my post is going to be tonight. If I can tie coaching into that some way, I probably will. And then tomorrow I intend to do a transformation post that I didn't get done on Tuesday, with an invite to my last 90 days group. And then kind of same thing this weekend. So yeah, there's no perfectionist way to do this business. I think we all kind of do it individually and uniquely. And that's what makes it so cool, is that you kind of just get to be yourself and do your thing. But there is, an endless amount of love and support within this team and within our upline team and organization. So any questions at all, don't hesitate to reach out, and just know that, you're doing something truly amazing, and you have the amazing ability to impact a ton of lives. So anybody have anything they want to add? Questions, comments, concerns?
I have a question. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So in the challenge groups, I know, Amanda, you're running one in October. So the people, just so I understand it, so the people that like you want to get to join your group, you could put that on your story or put it in your what do you call that? Your page or whatever it is in Instagram or Facebook. Now, do those people actually have to be signed up like in Beachbody to be part of the challenge, or could it just be like a friend that wants to try it out and see if they like it and then they join? Like they would join Beachbody after that.
Yeah. So, I think there was a point in time where I said you had to purchase a challenge pack to get into my group. You had to buy Shakeology. You had to buy On Demand. And that was okay for some and then not for others. But I think at the very least, like my goal is to help impact someone's life. And if they come to me and they're like, I literally cannot spend a dime, I'm not going to say, see you later. I'm going to say, well, listen, like at the very least, I can set you up with a week of Clean Week. And there is like the Clean Week program. We can send them a link to try that out for a week, and it's completely free. It's ahead of the paywall, so they don't have to pay for anything. And then also you can sign them up for a 2-week free trial for all of Beachbody On Demand. They do have to enter a credit card for that, but they're not charged until like day 15, and they can cancel it, anytime before that. And I've done that. I've done free groups where I've just done Clean Week, and I know we all have done that. We've all signed people up with free trials, and sometimes it makes a huge difference. And like I have a girl from August who signed up for Clean Week, and I think she's down 16 pounds already, and she ended up purchasing a challenge pack, but she had to like try it first and like see it, believe it, and then was like, okay, I'm all in. So I think, it can definitely work in your favor, but then there's also people that will come to you and will want everything for free. and then will just be like an energy vampire and just like suck the energy out of you. And I think at some point, you know, I have to tell some people like, listen, you know, I put a lot of time and effort into my groups, so I can't just, you know, piggyback you. But I think, you know, you kind of make that determination. But being able to give people something instead of nothing, I think is really beneficial. And that does really help build trust too, you know, because then when they are ready to sign up, they're going to come back to you and they're going to do it. Or maybe it'll take, you know, a week or two in your group and they'll really see the value of everything and say, oh, you know what, this makes sense. Like, why don't I do this? All these people are doing, you know, X, Y, and Z. It makes more sense to do it. So yeah. But yeah, use your discretion. And I think about like, you know, the goals that I also have for like Success Club and like building my business too. And I have to remember that my time is valuable and my time is worth something. And I will meet people's efforts too. And that also means financially too. So, you know, I don't want to pour all of my free time into somebody who's not investing in me too. So,
Thank you.
yeah. Mm-hmm. You guys good? Should we call it?
Yeah, I am gonna have to go do bedtime real quick. So
Same here.
I've got a girly begging for books.
Yeah, and now that I know it's my daughter's day, I'm gonna go take some pictures.
Yeah.
I
Where-
have 3 of them also.
Where do you live, Rhiannon?
I just moved to Texas, but I'm from Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I only just moved like 2 months ago.
Oh, nice.
Have your girls take pictures too. I mean, they're in that stage where I would probably hire a teenager to take my photos right now if I could.
My kids do it.
Yeah.
I have a 14, a 12, and almost 11-year-old, and they
Yeah.
know so much more about this than I do. So
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
yeah, nice. All right. Well, you guys have a good night. Thank you so much.
All right. I'll get the recording up. You guys have a good one.
Thanks.